Zina continued to honestly talk about me in detail as Lao Ma asked, do you truly love your husband? And Zina said, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. I think about him all the time. I know he's my soulmate, and every time we are apart I yearn to be by his side. I love him so much that he would say that love stretches as far as his powers to infinity and beyond. I'm sure you will get that reference real quick. And then Lao Ma asked, are you immortal? Do you have the same powers as him? And then Zina took a steel dagger and she stabbed herself, and the dagger broke against her chest. Zina said, along with his gifts, his infinite knowledge as well. What else do you want to know, Lao Ma? And Lao Ma asked, are you the jealous type? And Zina said, no, not anymore. And Lao Ma said, interesting, so he's never beat you or abused you? And Zina said, no, he's never abused us. He's a good man and a hero. He has a big heart. He likes to save women from bad situations. That's why he marries them. He can see the future. He saved our lives and he saved our futures. When he places his hands on your head to give you his memories, you see everything he sees and more. You see his pain and all his emotions in his private moments. You see his past. I can't help but worry about him. He tries his best to help everyone, but a part of him just wants to rest and take a break. He's constantly struggling mentally because of who he was. He was once human, and I saw those memories, the moments when doubted himself, the moments he cried because he felt helpless that he couldn't save someone. I just wanted to comfort him in seeing his past memories, but I couldn't. I'm actually terrified to think what he would do if he had to sacrifice himself again to save many innocent people or the earth. I'm afraid that he will sacrifice himself to save everyone. I don't want to lose him. I'm terrified of living without him. And Lao Ma asked, so he never abused you, but did you abuse him? Did you hit him more than once? And Zina said, yes, but I felt guilty about it and I didn't do it again unless we were sparring and training together. I honestly don't want to hurt him. I just get too angry. Sometimes I have a sadistic side, but I believe he likes it. So if you're trying to say I'm a bad person and judge me, I'm not a bad person, Lao Ma. I just lose my temper to things that frankly anyone would get mad about. For example, I'm angry at a woman that raped my husband and I want to beat her to death with my bare hands, and I know that I can because my husband made me just as powerful as him. He told me he gave me more powers than all the others, but I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. I don't think he's the lying type. And Lao Ma said, fair, I understand, but why did you beat on him? Because we were married at the time and he cheated on me with other women and I knew about it because he didn't hide it. But cheating and infidelity is all the same thing in my book. I felt like he betrayed me, so I hit him many times because he's an infidel. Even if I know about it, it's still not right. So yeah, in my opinion, I should have every right to be angry and want to hit him for that bullshit. And don't you judge me and don't you say anything. You don't know what it's like to watch the man you love very much make love to other women like they are me. That's messed up, but I'm sure maybe you should understand. If not, I don't give a damn and you can kiss my ass if you don't like my answer. And Lao Ma said, you are very unpleasant woman with no sense of manners or discipline. And Zina said, yeah, so what, you snob? And Lao Ma said, but I like you. And then Zina widened her eyes in surprise and shock and she said, what do you mean? And Lao Ma said, I see now why he likes you. You have a fire and a passion that burns as bright as your soul. I think maybe you have a restless soul and heart, and I believe your husband makes you feel peace. Somehow he makes you feel like you can rest, doesn't he? And Zina said, yes. How did you know? And Lao Ma said, nothing, it's just a feeling. I'm trying to relate and make the connection in a way. And Lao Ma asked as Zina took a drink of wine. She said, so what is he like in bed? Is he really good at having sex? And Zina spit out her wine everywhere as Lao Ma blushed and had a lewd expression, and Zina sat in stunned awkward silence for a minute as she looked at Lao Ma with a deadpan expression. Zina began to explain truthfully, to be honest, I've never had a better lover. He's very good at making love and having sex. I don't know of any other man that satisfied me sexually the way he does. I love him and I love his personality and everything. I even love talking to him, but when we have sex it's like an explosion of orgasms and everything else that feels good and warm and wonderful. And Lao Ma said, he sounds wonderful and amazing, but do you cook and clean for him? Zina. And then Zina said, I have magical abilities that allow me to do anything. You see, he gave me all his infinite knowledge.